scene, 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 cut that scene, 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 scene. I got this as a gift, and it's like a top 100 movies calendar, I guess, and so it's got 100 movies, and you can put these on. I don't know what this means. Okay, this is fire movie right here. Jaws. I'm assuming this is a good thing. Like it's, oh my god, so scary. So I'm putting that next to Jaws. There's New Hope. Did that make me cry? Yeah, Shawshank made me cry. Dark Knight. My dad watched a lot of movies. My mom watched a lot of movies. My grandma loves movies. She always says how she could just sit in front of the TV and watch movies all day. So I feel like I probably get that from her. One of the movies that has sort of impacted me the most is Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. So I'm Jewish, and so my elementary school, my middle school, pre-K was all at Jewish schools, which meant that all the kids were white, with the exception of like a few kids. You know, everybody was white. And I was sort of getting into movies in like 5th and 6th grade, and I heard about this movie called Do the Right Thing. I didn't know who Spike Lee was. I didn't know it. And I figured, you know, like Do the Right Thing is this very famous, like socially conscious movie, and sort of Do the Right Thing for me sort of like opened up my eyes and showed me that there's a whole world around me that I never, and not just in the sense of racism and social justice and even people who aren't white and Jewish, but just in the sense of like, you know, I was more so than just in the New York bubble. I was in like the Upper West Side, Jews who go to synagogue, you know, half the kids in my grade like loved, you know, it's like this very specific like Jewish thing, and I was so entrenched in that. I mean, I would have noticed it eventually, but thank God I saw this movie, because if not, it would have gone right over my head. You know, I've been living in this white Jewish bubble, time to look around. I think the first time I made something that I considered to be a movie, and not, I mean, it's not like it even had a story, but it was like in fifth grade, maybe sixth grade, I got an iPhone 5. It must have been 5th grade, because I was watching them and we looked a lot younger. But I guess at any rate, it was like 5th grade or 6th grade, and I got an iPhone 5 and it had a camera on it. And like I would hang out with friends and I'd be like, let's, you know, do something. And so my building has like a playroom, I guess. And there was a while where I had like some Nerf guns, and I got this app. I got the iMovie app, which was free. And I got this app on my phone called Action Movie Effect. No, it was Gun Movie Effects. And it was like 6th graders like this big running around with Nerf guns like shooting each other, which is not a story, but it was the first time that I was like shooting stuff, like thinking about like how do I show this way, how do I use the effects this way. My dad's uncle, he was sort of a filmmaker. I have some of his older cameras from like the 20s and 30s and his books on film. And, you know, my grandparents, they took a lot of home movies, so I've always just been around film. And I guess that's my inspiration to keep, like, I just feel like every time I write a script, what happens more often than not, unless it's really well planned out, which it never is, except for one time, I'll usually write, and I'll stop for a month, and I'll go like, I'm never touching this again, but then I'll always come back to finish this, because there's something that I feel like I need to tell, and it's not like anyone even cares what I have to say. Because I don't think they do, and I don't think they should care. I'm 17. What do I know? But I feel like I need to express to myself how I feel through this medium. And as far as like inspiration for like what's actually in them, I just steal it from other movies. So like usually it's just me. Like I see a movie and I love it, and then I steal from it very openly, I think. I'm a very pessimistic person. So like I've got a strong feeling that I'm like, you know, I'm probably not going to end up making movies. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to try. You know, I would like to go to film school, make short films, put stuff in festivals, or at least apply. But I've got a feeling in the back of my head that I'll probably end up making video essays on YouTube. Like, I also can't imagine myself doing anything other than making movies, or at least, or just being around movies. You know, whether it's writing them, making them, editing them. You know, making sure that you're doing what you're like. Just something in movies. I can't imagine myself sitting at a desk or doing like anything else, which I guess probably a lot of people can't. But then they get beaten down by time and realize, well, I have to, you know, get paid somehow. I mean, I'm not doing it for money. I'm not trying to get a billion upvotes on, you know, or a billion views on YouTube. Like, that'd be nice. That'd be cool. You know, I don't know who wouldn't think that's cool, but that's not gonna happen. Especially like most of the stuff I make, as far as actually like taking a camera shooting it, is just for media class. And when we show it to the school, they're just confused, which kind of makes me like a little happy as well. Just because you know, some people are gonna look at it and they're gonna try to figure it out, and they're still gonna think, I wonder what this means. It doesn't mean anything. You know, I'm telling you now, it doesn't mean anything. I don't know. I mean, maybe this goes back to like David Lynch movies, because I really like this guy named David Lynch who makes weird and experimental movies, and he has one called Eraserhead, which I have right here. There's one called Eraserhead, one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. And he won't tell anybody what it means. It came out in 1979. He won't tell anybody what it means. It's been like, what, 20? It's been like 40 years. No one knows what it like definitively means. And I really like that it's just up in the air. It can mean to you what it wants. And if you don't think it has any meaning, okay. And if you think it's an allegory for fatherhood, okay. And if you think it's about anything else, okay, that's great. You know, more power to you. I guess. I don't know that I don't know where that went. Yeah, okay.